Hi, Karen. How are you? Who's here? I have to remove my background because of the window. Here. Okay, I changed something. It's not working well. Let's go back. So who's here? Come say hi. So I can't stay long today. Hello, Annie. I have a phone call appointment with Philip's teacher this morning between 10 and 10-ish, 10:30, closer to 10:30. So I can't stay very long, but I wanted to pop on. Busy day today, garden work and T-ball this afternoon. What is T-ball? I'm curious. So if I don't procrastinate today, after the phone call, I have to go weed the garden. I'm having a hard time with my tomato plants this year. They're all dying after transplant. So after maybe the fifth try of using my overstock transplanting, I have to go do that. It's supposed to rain heavily on Thursday, I think. Is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday I'm supposed to have 2 to 3 centimeters of snow. Snow. Oh my God. Rain. No snow is allowed in June. Oh, it's so cute. That must be adorable to watch. So weeding today and tomorrow, replacing tomato plants. I have bean that sprouted in trays. I have to transplant those. Flowers playing tic-tac-toe in the garden. I have to replace that. Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. We're June 5th. And I talked about the S word. I shouldn't say that. I should not say that. So sorry. Guess it's out of habit. I really hope that it's going to rain a lot so that my garden can actually recuperate from its bad start. It's not my best year. It's not. I'm going to say it, and it's okay. I'm at peace with that. A part of me is angry. Slightly angry, slightly annoyed, but I understand slightly why my mind is pretty preoccupied doing something else. This year, homesteading is not only my only focus. I'll also try to focus on myself, the house, the kids, get out of the house. Tracy from Tihan 1 for 1 Homestead keeps telling me, told me over the winter, I was having cabin fever. And he was like, get out of the house. You have to get out of the house. I would even book appointments or just get out of the house. And lately, I at least make an effort to not only do grocery shopping, because usually it was the only time I would leave the house. It would be for grocery shopping. So now I try to do something else. So another outing. It doesn't have to be many hours. Yesterday, I went to a local thrift store and I wanted to show you something. So last Sunday, I showed you what I was giving, one of the gifts I was giving to the teachers. And, sorry, my daughter left already with 2 that I already made. So I made bookmarks for the teachers. So I needed one for myself. And then I had this beautiful idea to make it for the teachers. I have a lot of leftover cotton yarn. So I did one in this color, one in this color, one in this color and then one in this color. I had this at home, and I went and I looked for leftover yarns that I have. So I have like green, I have like this creamish one, black one. I also have like these leftover yarns. And then yesterday, actually I have another one. Yesterday I went to the thrift store, and there was a little special going on. I just couldn't resist. So I have like lavender also. I have some yellows. So I'm usually keeping these for like projects like this, and it's perfect. And then let me show you one that I made one evening, and my daughter already has it. Like, she's like, Mom, mine. So this one. Oh, wait. So when I went to the thrift store, I found leftover yarn. I'm going to show you what I got. So this is one that I made. That one's gone. She already claimed it. I made it one evening, and then she just took it. Then I made a mushroom, but this one I have to modify it because it's not, like, she put it in the book, and it's not going the way that I wanted. So this is the mushroom, and I don't like the form of the mushroom, so I'm gonna have to find a new pattern because I really wanted to do a mushroom. And so this is the red one. Then I made lavender. This one I really enjoy. So this one I made yesterday, and I have to glue on a little bee here. It's like a little button and a little ladybug at the end. Isn't that so cute? So that's another one I did. And then this one is literally, well, it's not following the pattern of color-wise, but this is another one I made yesterday. I need to block these. It has a little heart and a little fan. It's a flower, but because I only use like a little amount of yarn that I had, so I had to use up 3 colors. So the last color and this fan is supposed to be the same color. So I found more, so I'm going to redo this one. So when I went to the thrift store, I found these 3. So instead of going to the store and buying big balls of yarn or like these ones, I found these 3. So I'm going to be doing something with these 3. I have a funny feeling that bookmarks is going to be something I'm going to be exploring also this summer. Because my husband says they're really, really pretty. So, but my favorite one at the moment, I really enjoy the lavender. But I want to explore something different. And they're not very long to do. They're like about an hour to do-ish. So then I would have to ask my husband to make give me like a little wood that can have water on it. Like you're supposed to like steam and then let them dry out. So I used to have I don't know what it's called. It's like a little wooden shelf that I would use, and I would pin my work, and then I would just like spray it, and it would block my items. But I don't know where it went. In the move, I lost so many things. I know that when we moved from our prior house, we had to evacuate our house because we had some water damage, and I lost all my life's pictures, my childhood pictures. The box was put on the floor for whatever reasons, we don't know. Like when you store stuff in the basement, you never usually store stuff that is very important on the ground. But for whatever reason, that box of my entire life of pictures was on the ground, and like like there was so much water damage to it. There was nothing I could do. So I lost, I would say, like 75% of my life pictures that day. Cried so much. Where was I going with that? Maybe I'll try. I so pretty special mom memory. Yeah. Yeah, so I was telling Lynn from Bucket List Homes, if someone can remind me what I was talking about, why I talked about my photos, please let me know. I got sidetracked. I heard something and mom brain got sidetracked. I'm using up yarn to, get my stash of yarn out, and she's just putting them in her room. So I'm like solving a problem, but creating something different. Yeah, I love going thrift shopping. Yesterday, I found my husband really, really loves the fit of North Face shorts. And yesterday, there was one on the rack. It was almost brand new. Probably the men wore it 5 times, tops 10. And it was $1. It was $1. When I bought him, like when I used to work and I had a salary, those were like $50-$60 shorts. And I found 2, a pair of black and a pair of gray, and I brought them back home. Just that is like a score. I found some shirts to work outside. My son Philip wants some sleeveless. He's in that style now. I found him a shirt like that. I found those yarns. So I really love going thrift shopping. Does everyone remember why I was talking about the photos? Maybe I'll try my hand this week since it's supposed to. Yeah, you should. There's an insect on my window. I don't like it. You're not supposed to be in my house. I lost a lot of things 2 years ago in the summer during the flood in the basement. It's hard, but we carry on. I'm going to the thrift store. Yoo-hoo! Okay, so I'm going to have to rewatch the live because I forgot what I was saying. Anyways, so I'm trying to remember it. Thrift store. Lost stuff in boxes. This is hard. I hate this when it happens to me. Like, it's like a brain fart. Anyways, if the only lesson I've learned from this is to store important stuff. Yes, you can store in basement, but like put it high. I lost all of my notes of my massage therapy, my certificate. So many things got flooded. So when I moved, I'm almost remembering. So I was saying that I lost stuff. Anyways, doesn't matter. Please forgive me. I forgot. So thrift store shopping is super, super fun for that. So I took out all of my pieces of my yarn, and when it rains or when I don't feel up for a task, if I procrastinate, I'm trying to replace doom scrolling with something interesting, and I'm failing at the moment. Doom scrolling is back in my habits. And yesterday, in the morning, I have so many things to do, and I find it like it's ridiculous when you think of it. Like, there's so many things you have to do, but yet you just sit, have your coffee, and doom scroll. I don't get it. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, is it because I'm overwhelmed? Is it because I procrastinate? Is it because I don't want to do it? Like, I'm trying to figure out why. During the day, it's like I have times off and I find myself going back to the habit, but it's easier for me to stop. Because sometimes I find cool recipes. There is, like, if you missed it, Where is that? I made a video. It's called Snack Time 24. No, Healthy Snack 24. Where is it? So, content. Okay, so the collaboration I did, the Healthy Snack 24, actually comes from one of my sessions of scrolling. I find like really like books I want to read, crochet stuff I want to do. So there is like good things. I did find some of my courses that I'm doing online now that way. Or I got curious about something and it led me down a path of researching and I found something interesting or learned something. But like I would say the rest of the time, most of the time, it's doom scrolling. And I'm really trying to figure out why I'm doing that to myself. It's a fact of life, quiet times. Well, I don't particularly find that doom scrolling is quiet time because it's stimulating part of our brain, not just like we think it's downtime or quiet time or relaxing time, but that's not what we're doing. We're creating a moment of like racing thoughts. And from all of my research, especially for children, when we do next, it's like a hit. We get hit with a drug every single time, like next shot of drug, next shot of drug. But it's not healthy for us at all. Yes, I do find recipes. Yes, I do find some research or gardening tricks. But most of the time it's nothing, it's not healthy. And at first I used to beat myself up. Now I try to say, why am I doing this to myself? Why do I choose to do this to myself? What am I looking for? I'm trying to find the meaning behind it. Yes, sometimes it's just because I have time to burn. But seriously, couldn't I do something better? I could do a little arm exercise. I can do like a little standing up exercise. And like that 10 minutes of scrolling, I could do a little training. I could do stretching. I could read a book. I could read a poem. I could take out some yarn for a future project. I can actually pay bills. And I'm really trying to figure out why. Because there is a reason behind our bad habits. There's always a reason. And finding out the reason is going to help me tremendously. Hi, Dave. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. I've been great. How about you? A bit tired, but great. We did have very busy 2 last weekends. We had, when you guys in your Memorial weekend was last week, so then the week before for us was we had a long weekend in May. We did we went to bed very late, and we did like lots of stuff over the last 2 weekends. So I'm slightly tired, but I feel good. You can't wait for this rain. Okay, so send it my way. I need it. I really need it. So you have my permission. You can send it my way. I really need like a downpour for an entire day. I know I'm going to regret asking for this because then the weeds are going to be like all over the place, but I really need it. Ew, okay. So send it my way. I don't know if I said it, but hi, Dave. How's the garden, the greenhouse? Are you still freeing the toes, Dave? We got over 6 inches. Please tell me not 6 inches. That's a lot of rain. So I'm waiting for the rain, like to be 100% to replace my tomato plants. They look fine when I transplant them, and I water them. And then a couple of days after, they turn yellow with spots of brown, and then they die. But on the same row, 6 of them survive. So I have 10 tomato plants per row, and I always like have to replace 1 or 2 and some 4. And then after replacing them, others die. So I do pray that the compost I bought this year, they did not use hay that was sprayed, because that means I would have to remove almost all of the soil that's there and restart my garden, and that would be devastating. So 6/10. Okay, well that's a lot in like less than 30 minutes. So I did do half of my rabbit operation that I wanted to do over the winter. So I was able to, 3 of my raised beds and most of my grow bags have rabbit manure. So my entire greenhouse, 3 raised beds, and I think 10 or 12, no, probably 10, 25, 30 gallons grow bags have rabbit manure in it, or the chicken manure that we emptied out, like chicken compost that we emptied out. It was full of worms. So I'm really praying that it's not the worst case scenario, because I do garden to not have pesticides. So I'm really, 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 really hoping it's just like bad luck. So next year, I think I'm gonna keep babies of baby bunnies, maybe females. Maybe like keep 1 litter at the end of the season in kills, and just have my buck. So if I had 3 rabbits. So if I have 5, like I would be able to put all the females together on the ground in the shed, and just leave the male in his cage. I would probably be able to, I would say most of my garden would be rabbit manure, and then I could just go buy organic, certified manure in bags, because I really hope I'm wrong. Yeah. Oh no, not good. Not good. Yes, my toes are free. The garden is growing. I have tomato on. Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, rabbit math. So people are like, why are you keeping rabbits? Da, 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 da. So over the winter, yes, it's heartache to keep rabbits. But here's the thing. I know what I give my rabbits, and I won't have that stress. So it's to think about it. So having 3 does and 1 buck, or 4 does and 1 buck next year will give me the possibilities of having 2 to 3 litters per doe and sell the babies. I have someone that very often is required bunnies for meat. So I am teaming up with her, and I would just tell her I have this many babies. They're ready either to be pets or for meat. So the breeds that I have is the mother is Géant des Flandres and Papillon. Those are big bunnies. And my male is a Géant des Flandres, the big one. So, but he's only 6 months old, and technically, I am going to be on baby watch very soon, because on his anniversary of 5 months, it was so funny. We brought him to the female, and I'm going to be on baby watch on the 18th. So I had wasps attack me last year. There was a nest of wasps in one of my raised beds, and then I pulled a tomato plant or a couple of tomato plants, and at the base, the root of that tomato plant, there was a wasp nest. And I didn't, like, it burned on my hand here, but, I thought I touched stinging needle because, I have that all over the place. And even though I weed, they just come back. So, and then I turn around and on my glove, I have many bees on me. And I had a cloud that was following me. Some stung me in my head and all of that. So I told Fred to destroy the nest, but he couldn't find it. So we were waiting for the nest to, like, be calmer. And at the end of the week, that week, we went and we couldn't find the nest. So it's either they evacuated or they died, because I think we had a frost a couple of days after. But I told him I'm, like, terrified traumatically to be even near that bed. So we created a solution from my problem. We put the dough and we put a cage over, we kind of created a dome, and we were letting her free range in that dome. And she started digging tunnels where the nest was. So if the nest was there, we would have found it. And she was like, she's weird, that dough. She creates, like, pathways, and she dug. And we brought the mail to her. And the first thing she did is she looked at him, smelled him, and then she jumped on top of him. And what I think, my impression of it, is she was showing the male how to do his thing. And then the first thing he did is she placed herself, and then she arched her back, and he scored the first time, but the poor man fell in one of her tunnels. It's so funny. And then he, like, came back up, and the female didn't move, so he crawled up on her again, did his job, and fell again in the tunnel. So I might be on baby watch. Usually they say to breed between 5 and 6 months. So it's how he celebrated his 5 month. So I could be on baby watch very soon. I love rabbit math and rabbits. So if I would love to find someone, because Fred does not want to harvest babies at all. So if I can find someone that would come to our house, harvest the babies, and I would be able, babies, 13s probably at that time, harvest, and I would be able to pay him or her with bunnies. And then we would arrange the meat to do rabbit sausages mixed with either pork or beef. I would love that. Nice. Yes, it's tough being a man. I'm like, poor thing. Come on. I'm like, he really fell, like, the whole. So my raised beds are 18 inches tall, and maybe the soil is like maybe 12 to 14 inches in the bed, and then she dug to the soil. So he fell in the tunnel for her twice. So it's really tough being a male. So if I can get my operation to 4 does and 1 principal male and then a backup male, or 3, I think 3 does, 1 male would be ideal, especially for winter. And then harvest, like, maybe 1 litter for us and sell all of the litters. It would be nice to have rabbit sausages. I would do it for you if you. Yeah, thank you. I know I'm gonna find someone. It's just a question of talking and just organizing. So what would be nice is that I would probably do, like, the last litter. And when you have, like, you harvest beets in the fall, I could just put the cages there and they would eat everything up. And put their manure there, and I would just like move them around in the garden. I would love that. And they would just flip a garden bed for me like within a week, tops. And then I would be able to transplant like spinach or lettuce for the last portion of the season instead of buying 3 bags. Usually I put 2 to 3 bags of compost per rose. It's not that it's hard. My husband used to do it. It's just it's too cute. They're way too cute. And the hardest part for him is to skin them, to kill them and to skin them, which is like, I would say 3/4 of the work. So he tried. I think we did 2 litters, and he's like, I can't do this anymore. He couldn't do it. And he's right. They're way too cute. So that's why if I can do border with someone, I would be able to have something. And that person, let's just say that I have 10 bunnies, like 2 litters. I was told that 2 litters could be done in a day-ish with the right setup. Maybe like 5 hours. And if the person says, well, I want a bunny per so many hours, I would be up for that. It's like chicken. Fred does not particularly like to harvest our chickens or meat birds, but they're ugly. Same thing as turkeys. He hates. We used to keep turkeys for 4 months, but if ever we do turkeys, we're no longer gonna like do 4 months. They're way too big. I think we would do like 4 to 10 weeks. I don't think we would go to 16 weeks. They're way too big. They don't fit in cones. He has to manually pluck them. So I used to do 10 in an hour. That's without setup, I'm guessing, because I don't have permanent setup. So I have like a stainless steel table that I have to set up. I have to sterilize all the equipment. So setting up for our chicken operation usually takes an hour, and then we sterilize everything. And we have to we isolate ourselves so that wind doesn't impact us, and we don't have like eyes looking at us. And it takes us for birds. I think we did 40 in a day. And we chilled them for 24 hours and then another 4 hours the next day. But I think if he would do it on a regular basis, I think he would be more comfortable. But that being said, so when we harvest our our meat birds in July or August, he doesn't eat chicken till like September, October maybe, if it's ours. So if we go at my parents' and there's chicken on the table, he's going to eat it. But if it's ours, he's not. He's not there yet. When I had them, I was able to get one done in 5 minutes. That's really nice. So if someone says that they can do in 2 hours 10, I could say 2 is yours, because rabbits are $20 in grocery stores. So I could say you leave with 2, 3, and I keep 7. Not trying to be gross, but I could start doing 1 and have it. I know. So I know it's a mindset, but he prefers having the I'm not a mass KILLER without emotions, and we only do it like once or twice a year. But if he becomes a hunter, like he's equipping himself to become a hunter, he might see things differently. And we're doing this on such a small scale. If we were to move and we would do it on a bigger scale where we would raise bigger animals, maybe it would be different. But it's on my bucket list this year. I really hope I can find someone that something flashed for us. So I'm trying to find someone that on my bucket list that could do that for us, at least this year. At least have 5, and then I would just remove the meat from the bones and then freeze it as hamburger meat. Nor am I, but I had to. You're absolutely right. It has to be done. So we're trying to limit grocery meat. So we're trying to source out meat that is locally grown with the same mindset that we have. So at one, we found beef. We're looking for pork. Sadly, I lost my pork person. And I'm running very, very, very low on pork. So in November this year, I will not have pork. Rabbit meat is either cut with a fatter, like a fatter meat, like example, sausages. You would do it with pork. Or there's another thing you can cut with rabbit. I forgot. But it has to be slow cooked. It is an adapt, like you have to adapt cooking. So it's a very lean meat. So there is a recipe, a rabbit pot pie that's very popular in the UK or Ireland, I forgot. And there is a slow cooker that you can do, recipe that we found. But you have to adapt a little bit. We are trying this year to do chickens, meat birds. So we're trying this year females for the first time. I am told that they have bigger breasts, but they don't have thighs. I don't know if that's true. And I don't think I will be keeping that many whole chickens this year. So I think we have 20 or 25 coming on June 7th. Oh my God, I have to tell Fred. We have to pick up chickens at the end of the week. I forgot about that. I have to remind him. We had rabbit every Sunday when I was younger. Fry rabbit is like chicken. Okay. We ordered 30 chickens, got 28. They are 3 weeks old yesterday. So we don't have many choices here. Like you guys in the United States, your hatcheries have like Cornish cross. There's another one. What's the name? It's like a brown one. Anyways, so you have Cornish, like you have a couple of different breeds for chickens. Here, we just go and we order either pullets or roosters. That's it. So we go to our co-op and they're the one that chooses. I think it's like one of the I don't think it's Cornish cross here, but there is the name cross in it. They grow fast. There's a year. So during C, so prior to C, I don't want to say it because I don't want to get flagged, but what happened within the last 4 years, our chickens would never sing. never. And we were able to harvest them between 60 and 70 days. And then within the last 4 years, they would start singing super, super, super early. So we keep them 60 days. That's 2 months. When I was hatching out chickens for not for meat, but for eggs, the males would start to sing around 8 to 12 weeks ish. But not like singing. Like it was like, arr. It was like they looked like they were dying. But the ones that I harvested last year were singing as a rooster after 60 days. So 60 days is not very long. So this is why we went with females this year. Because like I would stress all day long. Like I don't want to cause trouble. I don't want anyone to complain. If I was like in the boons and I was the only one for miles, I wouldn't mind because they are bigger. But this year we're trying out females. Just checking if I'm missing any comments. They're like cute for like 2-3 days. And then like they convert into something like very weirdly looking. And then when they're all feathered, and has anyone paid attention to those chickens, to those meat birds as they grow, like from week 1 to day 60? Like I'm the one every single day that takes care of them. It's easy from week 1, I would say, till week 4, because they're not that big. But then week 4 till the end, they're big and they eat a lot. They peck at each other. The only thing they do is they eat, drink, and poop and sleep. That's pretty much what they do at the end. I'm watching the time closely. I don't have a message from the teacher yet, but I will have to end the live around 10 because I will be called between 10 and 10:30. So I think this year what I'll do is keep 6 whole on the carcass and freeze that. And then I think the rest I'll just like do chicken thighs. Sorry, not thigh. Yeah, thighs. I'm gonna do the breast, thighs, and then I'm gonna cook the carcass, remove the meat from the carcass, and I've started doing that this year. There's a fly. So I would remove the cooked meat from the carcass, and then keep the broth from the cooking the carcass, and I would pressure can the meat in that broth, and then I take that broth and put it with the chicken in 1-liter jars. And then when I want to there's this classical meal that we eat during the winter. It's hot chicken. And you normally buy the brown sauce, but now I take that liquid in a 500 ml chicken broth that I have, and I create a brown sauce with that, and then I just put the cooked meat in there, reheat it, and then serve it on a piece of bread, and it's called hot chicken. I don't know if it's very popular in the United States, hot chicken. I think so. Is that a popular meal where you are? I don't know. There's 4 people here. Is anyone still here? I'm not seeing comments. Am I speaking to myself? Let's see. I think so. I'll wait a couple of seconds. Oh, chicken has become very expensive in grocery store. I just got a whole chicken for under $14, but I will use every part of it for myself, dogs. Yeah. So I spoke to a lady. She was raising her chickens. She raises 100 birds every year, and there's a butcher that comes at her house and processes all of her meat birds for her, and then package it for her. So that means they remove, so I think it's like wings, thighs, and then like she has like different cuts. So she does all the cuts, but he leaves with the carcasses. So I'm like, why don't you do anything with the carcasses? Like, if I was her, I would buy 3 or 4 big I bought that like so many years ago. You know those burners with those big corn saucers? And I would just put the carcasses there, put like 10 in each, and then pressure count it. It's so worth it. Like at least half of it. And she looked at me, was like, why? Like, because it's bone broth. Like, it's so precious. Like, you could do that. So with 4 or 5 carcasses in my 16 quarts, I normally have a counter full, 7 liters. So let's say, like, let's make even numbers. That is 140 liters of bone broth that she's throwing in the garbage. 140 liters. That's a lot. So what I would do, because she probably raises some for her in-laws, and like they all team up together. But if I had the privilege of having land where I could raise 100 birds and share it, like share the cost of it with my close family and friends, and have the butcher come there and harvest, I would make my in-laws or my friends work for that broth. I would say bring bring 50 liters or like 4 cases of mason jars, and I would organize a pressure canner event nonstop. It would be like a lot, but I would definitely I would not throw away the carcasses. I would at least keep half or have a freezer just for all the carcasses and then like use up, like fill in 2 50 liters and like do that over the summer. I know it's a lot of work, but bone broth, come on. Yes, yummy chicken. Oh no, I have definitely used. I have a lot of chicken broth left, but more canned chicken. Yeah, so I can't go in my downstairs pantry that my husband built. There is a problem with it. He used wood that was not strong enough to hold my mason jars, and now it's like kind of doing like that. So we've put like bracing under so that we can save all of my jars. So we have to rebuild another one. So I can't go because there's so many stuff in front of it. So I don't know how many liters of chicken broth I have. And there's one thing I did not do over the winter. It's to can my freezers to have space. I'll have to do that. Um, Probably on rainy days. So I think this summer, me and Annie from Mama Homemade, we're going to have rainy days canning sessions because we're going to need space in our freezers. I have a lot of, I even have my sister save chicken carcasses. Yes, definitely. So what I do when I harvest a chicken, when Fred harvests the chicken, I assist. So he brings me the carcass. We let it sit for 24 hours in the fridge. And then that's where we process them. So we either freeze them whole or we remove the meat. And then we freeze the meat in cuts. And from there, the carcass still has some meat on it. There's a filet mignon under the chicken that's still there. And then we're not expert butchers, so we leave meat on the carcasses. So when I take out my rotisserie 16 quarts and I cook the chickens that are raw, roasted. So and then I remove the meat, and there's broth in the bottom, and that's what I use to can. But technically I could do a second round with those bones. So the first round will be very gelatin, and that's there's a lot of collagen in there, very, very, very good for you. And the second round sometimes gels up, but most of the time it's like slightly gelled, but not like the first round. But because the bones are raw, I sometimes like do twice, but it does create a lot of work. So I leave my roaster work for at least 24 hours, and then like I clean it out, put the bones back in, and then like the first time when I just cook them, it's salt, pepper, slightly herbs, a bit of onion, a bit of garlic, and like lemon, and I just let it cook because I don't want the meat. This fly is driving me completely crazy. There's only one in the house and he has to be around me. And then I remove the meat. And then when I do the second round, I just have the bones. That's where I do carrots, celery, spices. I put like the whole clove of garlic, like at least 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, a couple of onions. And that's like really for my broth. Actually, maybe this Thursday I'll do that. Yeah. What are we doing? I don't have cubes anymore. I wanted taco meat, but I'm out of meat. Like I think I have 4 packets of pork meat, and I think I have 2 packs of beef. That's it. That's all I have left for the summer. I don't know how I'm going to survive. I might have to get a butcher's box delivered without a subscription, just with beef meat and pork meat, because I won't survive the summer. I love to have like a hamburger at least once a week during the summer, grilling. I can't wait to grill zucchini on the grill. And I started doing that. So I buy many packets of mushrooms, the coffee ones and the regular ones, the puff ones. And I just put like a little bit of vinaigrette on it, and we cook it on the grill. And that's how I like whole. And that's how we eat grilled vegetables during the summer. So I have usually zucchini, mushrooms, and peppers. I eat that. I would be able to eat that with like, what's it called? There is a salad. Actually, I could eat the grilled vegetables and the healthy snack salad I did the other day because there's protein in it. There's cottage cheese, and then I would be able like just to cook 2 breasts of chicken in the same marinade, and we could just like mix in that like poke style dinners. Can't wait for zucchini. You know, everyone says, "Oh my god, I have too much zucchini. I don't know what to do with it." I just grill it. I would eat it morning, dinner, and I'm gonna say it. So lunch and for dinner, like every single day. I save all my veggie scraps to put us. When you do your broth, it's going down here too. No pork left, and beef and moose. I'm almost had a moose this year. Oh my god! The other day, I had moose steak. It was so good. My husband really, really, really needs to partner up and like find a team to go hunt a moose. Seriously. It is so good. Yeah. So I like mine slightly cooked, not too crunchy. So it's grilled. I don't like it too mushy. Sometimes I slice it. Sometimes it's in like pizza style, not pizza, like triangle size. And I just dump everything on the grill. So you could do that with hummus, garlic hummus, and like crackers for the summer, or like a Mediterranean cold salad with either fresh cheese or mozzarella cheese. Like, I read something yesterday, it made me think. I ate sloppy joes yesterday. It was really warm, and we ate on the patio, and I almost fell asleep after dinner. And I was like, maybe I should revise some of my meals and have like cold salads with with meat, and like kind of forget starches like breads, rice, and I'm gonna try that. So next time I meal prep, I think I'm gonna try that, like cold salad with fresh cheese or cottage cheese. Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm gonna have to go because I don't want to have the phone call while I'm on here. Because she said she was going to call between 10 and 10:30. So I'm going to stay like maybe like 2 more minutes so that I hit the 1 hour mark. Because YouTube likes long lives. And if you haven't done it, please do the thumbs up for me. One last thing before I let you go. Usually on Tuesday, I do it Share It Tuesday, and I share someone's content. Is there anyone that needs to have views or wants to just talk about themselves and their channel? And then Remy from Rem's Family Farm is doing the 30 post challenge. This is why next to my title I have that hashtag. So Remy decided to try something, and a couple of us are doing it. So we're posting for 30 days in a row. It could be either pictures in your community tab, lives, a video, or a short. And you just use the 30 posts challenge, and we want to see if at the end of those 30 days, if it does something grandiose for our channels. We do feel that YouTube is weird these days. So I used to have between 100 and 200 views, sometimes 500 views on my videos. In the past couple of weeks, almost months, I barely have 100. So I do know there's a lot of people during the winter months that has nothing to do because they want to go outside, it's cold, or whatever reason, they spend time on YouTube. And now that it's terrace, it's beautiful, it's sunny, it's warm, so people are outside. So some of my videos are actually picking up from years prior. And so I have like my tea, my sun tea, my canned concentrated tea that's actually like booming right now, dandelion salve. So my older videos are picking up because it's what's in season right now, but my current videos are not. So we're trying with this 30 post challenge if it can actually boost our stats. I have put out a video every day for the last 300. How in the ... are you able to do that? Seriously. Last year I burnt out when I did that. Last year I was posting shorts so I was posting videos, shorts, and live, and I was doing 5 days a week. Plus everything else. And I have at the time I had 2 channels, and I had to abandon one. And now I restarted posting on my French channel. And again, my older videos are picking up, my current content is not. And since I burnt out, I practice a lot of holistic stuff like meditation, Reiki, different food that I eat, like essential oils and all that. And I started a holistic channel, and I'm struggling just to keep this one alive. So, yeah, it was nice seeing you too. Wow, but you have to remember we have over 100. True. But I am solo YouTube and solo homesteader, so my husband works a lot, so he's never really home during the week. So my house cannot be as clean and as epic as my garden, and vice versa. So there's times that I want to film, but my house looks like 10 tornadoes passed in it. But my garden looks great. It's weeded. It's all cute and cuddly. And yeah. I think if I could get Fred on board, not to be present in the videos, but to assist me in, like, if we won the lottery, that is, because like we need a salary at the moment, I think our channels would boom. He wants to start one, pictures, and he wants to edit pictures and like add music. He's very artistic, and he takes pictures and then he plays with the colors and he makes the colors like vibrate, and the picture almost talks to you. And he wanted to create collages of that and then integrate it, because another thing he really enjoys than taking pictures of scenery is music. So he wanted to create all of that. But like one picture can take, if you have the right setup, you would take a picture. It would probably take like a couple of minutes if you have like pre-settings done, and then like crop it, maybe like 5-10 minutes per picture. But like he wants to create 15 minutes to an hour. And every picture you take, I think it's between 5 and 10 seconds. So that would be a lot of work. So if we did win the lottery, between the 4 of our channels, and it would work. We would probably open doors and find a second income from all of this, because if I've learned anything, YouTube is an income, but can be cut, because it is YouTube that decides if your content is accurate or not. So it would probably open doors for him and for myself for like a second stream of income, or maybe a third stream of income, and maybe he could stay home. But we're not there yet. We are coming up on 2.5 years with you. I'm actually at 4 years in March. I think it's 4 years. I still haven't gotten the message, so I can still stay. When was my first video? I think it was 4 years ago. So I am at 3.7. So 3,770 subs. It's been at least 3 years. When did I open my account? I opened my account on March 11, 2019. And then it took me 1 year after I published my first video to actually get over the fears of failure. And then it took me at least 2 years to monetize it. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So it's been 5 years. So 4 years. But it took me a while to get monetized. 500,000 views. I don't think I have that. I have 125,000. So 125,000 views. 550 uploads, and I am struggling to get the 4K. By putting a video every day with shorts added in, you will get more subs as well. There is one thing that I'm realizing. Short content is like very popular. The next I was talking about. So there is like one reason that I don't want to create shorts is it's like I'm addicted to like next. And if I create short content, yes, I will get more subs and I will get exposed, but I'm actually like nourishing that dependence on someone else. Yeah. But I know short content is like a big thing right now. YouTube is now my job. You're retired, so you do have income coming in. My husband is not, like, he's 12 years away from retirement. I would love to retire him at 55. That would be in 2 years. And like build our dream. But unless at the moment we inherit money or we win the lottery, I don't see that happening. We could, there is a way, but it would be very risky. So we would have to sell our house and buy a fixer-upper and live mortgage free, because we would be able to pay off our debts with the sale of the house, and either have a small mortgage or be entirely debt free. I have to change my car at one point, so we probably still have like a car payment or like a used car payment or some sort, because I do want to use it for traveling. So I don't want to buy a beat up car. And my car is like not a beat up car, but it's like it's still like in good quality. It has 200,000 kilometers on it. So I know that it is coming. It's a 2015 car. So like I know that at one point I'm going to have to change my car. So, but by doing that, we would need a source of income. So YouTube would have to work for me, and YouTube would have to bring in like a couple of streams of income so that we can feed ourselves and like maintain our lifestyle. Like a little bit like Simple Living Alaska is doing right now. Both of them are younger than me, I think, or close to my age. Obviously they don't have kids, but their YouTube, their selling of their pictures, and I think something else is like maintaining their lifestyle. So I would love that. I would really love that. And since I quit, I'm going to end with that. And since I quit my job 7 years ago, I will have access to my pension, I think, when I'm 70 with the government, because I was born after 1975, I think. And that means I will not have the government's pension plan before I reach that. And because I am not working right now, the pension I will receive from the government will be very small. So we're working to pay off our debts right now so that I can actually build a pension plan for myself. Because Fred does have a pension plan, but I don't. And it's something that like we feel the urgency, because the world seems like it's went completely off the rails and everything is ridiculously expensive. And maybe his pension plan will not be enough to sustain us. So we've made the adjustment. So he called his agent, and he made the adjustment for whatever's going on right now in the world, so that when he takes his retirement, it's like scaled up, so we will be comfortable. But the house needs to be paid for us to be like really comfortable. But at the age that he's going to retire, there's still going to be 5 years to the mortgage. 5 or 6, I can't remember. So that's why like we're really I'm every day I'm asking either whoever's listening or the universe to send me a sign to how can we get out of mortgage so that we can start living now. because I looked at how much we're paying for mortgage and I look how much we're paying for debt because I want to be debt free within the next 3 years. That amount per month is ridiculous. Some lucky person here in Connecticut just won $1 million in the lottery. Amazing. I'm winning $10 or $2 and stuff like that. But I'm trying. But I have tried very hard to have something out every day, live Mondays at 5:45. Unfortunately, it wasn't for me. Sorry. So I'm going to send you good vibes your way so that you win something. Maybe not the lottery, but you win something. In a short or video every day, you will see. Yeah, I've heard that. So I've started taking pictures. I've not been doing very well lately. So I took pictures and I go on TikTok and they create like this fun thing around my pictures with music. And all I have to do is use chat something. Anyways, it's like a AI that generates title ideas with the keywords and hashtags for me. I have to go. Hold on. I'm going to cut the mic and I'll be right back. I'm back. It was my mom. So I have to go. So, wow, Karen, someone has to win now and then. Maybe one day will be you. I feel I have won a lot at life. Yes, that's why I say I'm sending good vibes your way so that you win something. But we have to be grateful that we're alive because today's a gift. I'm going to say it again. Today's a gift. There's people that are sick. There's people that are lacking in many things, but today is a gift. So thank you for popping in, chatting with me, and have a great day, everyone. Bye.